Ada for going forward and refilling the divorce procedures, after my wife cancelled now that she is getting the help she needs for her postpartum depression. Don't want this on my main account. I 29 meters was in a relationship with my STB ex-wife 28F for 8 years. Everything was what I will describe as nearly perfect. Small argument here and there but nothing really significant or relationship altering. All of that stopped 13 months ago after she got pregnant. The child wasn't a surprise as we were trying for a baby. I seriously don't know what went wrong, but around the 4-month mark my wife completely made a 180 switch from the kind, caring and sweet woman she used to be to a total tyrant. I know it's bad to speak of someone like that, but that is the best way to describe it. I am completely honest when I say me breathing was an issue for her, waking me up at 2 to 3 in the morning because she wanted something specific and become verbally abusive when I refused to drive 40 minutes to get her an ice cream she was craving. She went on a tirade because she wanted Chick-fil-A on a Sunday and the place was close. Calling me a useless husband, everything under the sun, wasn't allowed to sleep in the same bed as her, then being pissed at me in the morning for not sleeping in the same bed as her, cleaning the house because it's too loud, then not cleaning the house, cooking something she doesn't want anymore but requested it earlier. I bared everything, every insults, all the verbal abuse. I never raised my voice towards her during this time. I begged her to get help, talk to a doctor, therapist, her mother, anyone, but she refused, and it just made things worse because apparently I called her crazy for asking her to get help. I went with her to the doctor one time, and when I brought up the mood swing the hell I was in for a whole week wasn't worth it. Talking to her mother as well, she tried to help, but my wife will act overly sweet and she made it seem that I was the crazy one until her mother left and it was back to hell for me. Even the camera footage I have of her going off, she made it seem out of context and I was made out to be the monster by everyone for not doing more or enough. She made it seem that every time she got angry was in response to something I did. Me sleeping at 4 a.m. and she not being able to open a can of peaches was my fault, earning me a can against the chest while sleeping. 4 months ago she gave birth. Wasn't an easy birth, but I was hopeful that things will somewhat return to normal, but that is when the postpartum depression kicked in. I again tried to help. I really did suggestions, research, talking to a therapist on my own to find better ways to help her, but everything I did just made things worse. I was against her with everything, calling her a shit wife, bad mother, even though those words never left my mouth. Everything blew up when she actively became physically violent. My last straw was when she smashed a coffee cup on my head when I walked out the room after a small argument because I took too long to bring her the cup of coffee. I was busy with our son changing his diaper. This was the first time in 8 years that I raised my voice at her and told her we are done, she can pack her shit and move the fuck out of the house. She went to her parents' house. She wanted to take our son, but I didn't allow that. When she said she will call the cops, I pointed to the camera in the hallway and told her she is welcome to try, as the camera caught it all. A week later I was served with divorce papers. I wanted to file but didn't have time with work and caring for our son. I was too busy. 3 weeks back, after I got back from work, my in-laws were waiting for me. Apparently her parents got her to see a therapist after they threatened to kick her out because she became as abusive to them as she was to me. They finally believed me and that I wasn't making things up. They gave me a letter from my wife before they left. The letter basically says the following without writing everything out. She is sorry for the way she treated me all those months. She doesn't know why she did it and has no excuse. After her parents threatened to kick her out and she saw a therapist and psychiatrist, she is better now that she is on medication to help her. In the letter she says she stopped the divorce proceedings and want to give us another try. I haven't responded to her letter and told my lawyer to proceed with the divorce proceedings. I gave the letter to her as well as it contains a lot of detail of what she did as well as her admitting to the verbal abuse. It's not just my words anymore, especially for the things that happened in public. The videos I have of it as well, and the video of her breaking the coffee cup on my head with the hospital visit for the stitches and burn marks from the hot coffee. I am told I'm the asshole as she is getting the help she needs now and that I should forgive her and give her another chance. I should do it to keep our family together. If I truly love her, I will be able to forgive her for the things she did while not in her right mind. I am a monster because I have no idea what she went through. My things is, why didn't she take the help I suggested? I did everything humanely possible to help her and she refused. She made me out to be this evil person and everything I did wasn't right, good enough, not enough, nothing. Even when I removed myself from the situation, that was also wrong. I have more than enough evidence to get full custody of our son and a prenup that protects everything I have, including the house. Ada for refusing to continue in this relationship and proceeding with the divorce. Edit to add. I see it already in the notification. I am going for full custody of my son. My lawyer says there is no sustained, but she can't see any reason a judge would not grant me full custody of my son. Just to add as well, my son is mine. Did go through my wife messages and everything just before she gave birth for this exact reason. No deleted messages I could find, weird expenses, out of context messages or anything like that. Test was done and he is mine.